Okay, so let's look at a few questions from this cohort, which is designed to help you as a therapist, a mental health professional, a coach, a creator, deliver an online course. So the first question that we have here, which you'll see in the course PDF, is which platforms are best to create and host an online course? The truth is, you can do this. You don't want to overcomplicate it. You can use something like Gumroad or PayHip or even something like Buy Me a Coffee to deliver very simple kind of static courses. These are things that would be maybe, worksheets or maybe some coaching that you're offering in combination with some supplemental materials like a PDF or a Notion document or some kind of Canva workbook, etc. If you're more interested in delivering a cohort-based course, something that you can actually build more interactive community elements within, I recommend either Circle or Mighty Networks. There's something called Heartbeat. We actually use a fantastic tool that's a little bit more pricey. It's called Pathright. You can look at tiny.pathright.com to see our example of that. There's also a new platform called DFOS, which is created by, or at least co-created by, Yancey Strickler, who built Kickstarter. It's a fantastic little immersive kind of community. You can build a community and within that community create courses that allow you to really kind of build cohorts or sell digital products, etc. They also own a platform called MetaLabel, which is also an interesting thing to explore as an analog or alternative to Gumroad or, something like PayHip, Buy Me a Coffee, Lemon Squeezy, and all the analogs that are in that digital download space, Shopify, etc. All right, the next question, do I need a website to sell a digital product, or can I just use something like Gumroad or Etsy? Well, I'd recommend certainly having your own website as a standalone or a separately existing thing in the world. You don't necessarily want to build your entire brand on somebody else's land. This can end very badly. I've seen people in all sorts of different niches and markets and industries get, inexplicably lose their Etsy store, for an example, or, lose a YouTube channel or a social media feed. And if you're building everything, you're, within the ecosystem of the channel that is not within your own control, you're really at risk of sort of having your whole empire pulled out from underneath you at any given time. So I certainly recommend having your own website and then using, these digital storefront tools, software like Gumroad, etc., to actually deliver the products. All right, so the next question is, how do I actually deliver a PDF or a worksheet after somebody buys it? Very simple. If you are using, again, we're going to use Gumroad here as the sort of default because it's probably the most popular of the, storefront software style solutions that are out there. You simply upload the PDF, you upload the worksheet, you upload the audio, you upload the, the video to Gumroad in the back end, and then once your customer buys your course, they have access to, the content that lives within that container. Again, there are lots of organizational strategies for this. We're going to cover those separately. It doesn't feel like that should go into this particular answer, but it's very, very simple. Just give it a go once. It's actually easier, in my view, than using something like Etsy. If you're familiar with Etsy, they require you fill out some different, categories and, different sections. Gumroad and PayHip and those style services don't force you to do anything outside of uploading the source material so that your customer or client will have something to download once the product is live. If you don't have something available, they often will not let you publish the product. So it's like a fail-safe built in that's very helpful for making sure that the workflow is set up the way it should be. Okie doke. We're going to cover some more questions in the next series. And if you have things that you would like to ask that I haven't answered in this entire series, mindfulmarketplace@gmail.com, and just put Trippy Therapy in the subject line. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. This is Ian. I appreciate you listening, and I'll see you in the next audio.